This video is sponsored by Rider Justice Motorcycle Lawyers.
Well, I decided to head up into the mountains for a bit, so I took a left on the Branscombe Road, just past a couple of dirt bikes coming down from the hills. That might be a good omen. Anyways, I heard from a local that this is a pretty nice road, so we'll take it up into the coastal mountains here, entirely making this up as I go along, and that's the great thing about this kind of touring, travel, motorcycling, just the freedom to explore. Well, it turns out this road is pretty fun. It's nothing but twisties and smooth pavement. If I hadn't ridden so many good roads already, I would think that this is about the best road you could ever be on. It's got a lot hotter. You don't have to go inland from the coast too very far before it heats up. Nothing but carving corners on this road. There's not much to see other than woods and trees. But as far as like the road itself goes, pretty good. It's been an interesting afternoon adventure. I left the coastal highway because I wanted to ride up into the mountains and get a little change of scenery. And the paved road that I took going back inland to the main highway was indeed a really beautiful, fun, fast paved road through the forest. It was fresh asphalt, nothing but twisty turns for about 40 miles. Then I went a little ways down the highway and decided to head back to the coast. It's pretty hot inland, really hot actually. And I decided I missed the ocean even though it's only been a couple of hours. So I got off on this road. It's called the Sherwood Road. And I saw it listed on an online app called Onyx Off-Road. And it was a recommended road. It said that it was about 40 miles, technically an easy road. It's been recently graded, and so it's pretty flat, but there's a lot of loose, sandy spots, some ruts, some upturned logs and rocks in the road, so it's really been kind of demanding all of my attention. Well, this Sherwood Road so far has turned out to be a real dud. It's basically just a graded track through the woods. In fact, I think someone came through with a grader, which means that the road is relatively flat, but there's a lot of earth that's been churned up, and so you get these sandy patches of earth, and so it does require a good bit of attention. And I've been riding for the better part of an hour, maybe an hour and a half so far, and I'm only doing about 15 miles an hour, so I'm not out of the woods yet, quite literally. What I find less pleasing or less interesting is that it's rather monotonous. That's all it is. It's just this graded track through the woods that just goes on and on and on. And there's really nothing to see along the way other than what appears to be some second or third rate forest on either side of the road. We're not in the spectacular redwoods. It's just a graded dirt road through the forest here. Not particularly interesting or scenic. We're not on a road that has a variety of changing surfaces and textures. There's no scenic viewpoints. It's just kind of a slog on this graded road through the forest. My original intention was to camp up here, but so far I have not seen a single scenic viewpoint on this entire ride. In fact, it's kind of monotonous. Not trying to be sound ungrateful for the fact that I'm out here riding, which is fantastic. I just hope that there's a payoff. I hope there's some kind of payoff up ahead. This 2 hours that I will spend riding through here, because that's what it's going to take. I'm going about 15 miles an hour, and it's a 30-mile or so section, and I've been riding for about an hour, so probably only about halfway through, and I just hope there's a payoff. I'm thinking and hoping that within the next hour, I'll get back out to the coast. Something scenic and beautiful to make it all worthwhile. And so I haven't found that hilltop vista that I've been looking for in terms of, a spectacular campsite. I was hoping to be up in the mountains. Otherwise, I'm just not so sure that I would do this again. I stopped here to drink some water. I think I was getting perhaps a little bit dehydrated, and so hopefully that'll perk me up for the last bit of this road. I'm not quite there yet. I've got a little ways to go. I'm starting to get pretty tired. It's got to be around 6 o'clock, a little after 6 o'clock. So at this point, let's get out of the woods and see if I can find a good place to camp out tonight. And now I keep seeing trash in the road. I passed some shoes, some baby seats, some books, some trash bags. Doesn't really add to the atmosphere. You know, it's all part of the journey. I would have to say part of what I do is get out and explore these back roads and take chances. Because you never know what you will see along the way and what road will lead to what beautiful destination. And sometimes there's going to be a few duds, but that's how you find the good roads. Look at this, a whole bunch of trash right here. Disgusting. So I'm not disappointed in the larger picture. I'm still out riding my motorcycle in the woods, having a good time. It's all part of the process. This is the part of the road that hasn't been graded in a while. I can tell there were just some really big ruts back there. Some little mud puddles here. It's getting a little more adventurous at the end. Oh. Woo! Okay. This is going to be interesting. That was really the first big section of mud that I hit, and it just happened to be right at a corner, and a very steep corner at that. I don't have good foot placement here. There were some ruts leading up to that corner, so it was all I could do to find the right line, and then right at the last minute my wheel got sucked down into a rut as I was coming around that corner. Oh, no! Ah, shit. Well, this is a disappointment. And unfortunately, the way my bike tipped over was down into the rut. And so it wasn't leaning on its side where it was easy to pick up. But I had to drag the rear wheel into the rut, get the bike picked up, push it back down the rut, put some branches underneath the back wheel, just to be able to get it kind of back where I started. And I didn't film any of that because, to be honest, I knew that I was going to really have my hands full and that it would take some time, and it did. It probably took 45 minutes to get out of there. Okay, the final steps here, hopefully. Now for the setup. Want to hit this just right, get in that little rut. Okay, doing good. There we go. Now we've got good traction in this rut, so I can carry on from here. There we go. Wow. Let's hope there's not any more of that coming up. I still have a few miles to go. I don't know what's up ahead. I'm truly hoping that there's no more muddy hill climbs like that one. But I do have everything I need should I need to stay in the forest here tonight. If for some reason I had to turn around, it would be a long ways back to where I started on this dirt road, about 30 miles, and not something I want to ride at nighttime. I'm either going to make it out of here tonight or I'm going to be camping in the woods. Right now, I got to pack up everything back into the bike. I had to unload everything just so I could pick up the motorcycle. I didn't see that coming, but I wouldn't be out here if I couldn't deal with these situations and pick up my motorcycle, although I will have to say that was probably one of the most difficult motorcycle pickups I've ever had to do, especially by myself. Just the way the bike was laying upside down, that is a lot of weight. And that's why I emptied my pannier here. The bike seems to be okay. It made it up the hill this far. I'm doing okay. I didn't get hurt, just a little bit more exhausted and dirty. Hey, that's how it goes. Okay, brakes seem to be working good. Bike is shifting fine. Oh, look at this. Who do we have parked here? How's it going? Sterling. I got my helmet cam running. So he's out riding here with his girlfriend. She's having a difficult time, so he rode her bike down this hill. And apparently she's kind of sitting down here waiting for him. Hi there. See if I can get it. If not, we'll get your boyfriend to help out. Boom. Nice to meet you. Here you go. Set it on the kickstand here. Okay. All right. Well, you have a good one, okay? Take care. So, my friends, today's scenic journey turned out to be a real adventure. Got myself into a situation. You just never know what to expect when you head off on these unknown roads. How do you begin to explain the contrast of a day like today, waking up at a gorgeous campsite next to the ocean, having a great picnic, again next to the ocean, and then later having an experience like this in the dark hollows of a dark, dank forest with trash on the roads and my bike buried in the mud, all in the same day. Well, here we are back at the ocean. Welcome to Fort Bragg. Highway 1 is just up ahead. I'm going to have to stop somewhere and put on some warmer clothing and see where I might be able to go for some camping or lodging. A motel sounds good tonight. I'm here at a hotel in Fort Bragg, recovering from my adventure in the mud. It's been 4 nights of camping, 4 nights of adventure, and a good day. That was an absolutely epic day that did not end in quite the same fashion as it began. What started out as a beautiful, picture-perfect morning on the coast turned into a rugged, backwoods, muddy trail adventure. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time.